Hi, happy Monday. It's a new week. I am up against the clock today and I actually said I wasn't going to allow myself to turn this on or film anything until I got through everything I needed to get through, which I almost have. So my day has looked like skipping our alarm and not going for a run this morning. Reality, that is keeping it real. Because I had a delivery turn up at 4 a.m. So say no more. That was a reality of this morning. So let me just read you through what my calendar looks like today. So we got up, we got ready, went to Pilates. I then came back, I showered, I washed my hair, I had breakfast, I got my waffle stuck in the toaster. Disaster, like actual disaster. I'm not going to talk about it. That set me back a little bit. Then I did my makeup because I am terrible, really, really terrible at aligning filming content and ads when I already have got my makeup and hair done. So I have literally blow dried and done my makeup to film a 1-minute ad, but that's okay. I now have 40 minutes. I need to pack, get ready and get an Uber and go to Heathrow because I am flying for work this week, and I'm going to tell you all about where I'm going and what I'm doing because it's very exciting, and I'm there till Friday, so I do actually have quite a lot to pack, but I'm a professional packer these days, like genuinely. I can pack in like 10 minutes. So yeah, I'm very sweet. My boyfriend got me for my first abroad trip that is since I've left. He got me this beautiful pistachio Aspinall laptop case. I don't know if you can see, but it's embossed with my initials. It's very, very beautiful. I honestly nearly cried when I opened this. I just feel like being seen is the best feeling in the entire world. And it's so beautiful. Like, I'm scared it's going to get dirty. He was like, give it 3 days, it will be covered in coffee. And I was like, yeah, but then it will at least be mine. So yeah, I'm flying to Switzerland this afternoon. I've just filmed that ad, so I need to edit that in the Uber on the way to the airport. Hi.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay, don't worry.
Blogger. I'm a YouTuber as well.
What, you're a YouTuber?
Yeah.
YouTube?
How to do it?
Yeah, thank you so much. Bye. Too busy vlogging. I went the wrong way. Back up the stairs. My gate is right there. I didn't need to come down any escalator. That was purely for dramatic effect. Just got a load of branded content edited and the vlog. Just got my head down and really focused in a gorgeous Pratt. Stunning. Let's fly to Switzerland. So weird when you know the work that goes into something and then you see it in real life. You wouldn't believe the work that goes into just refreshing those books that you see in the airport. Some 10 out of 10 books though. Hello, gold edition. This was for special edition for selling over 1 million copies. Crazy to see in real life. That one's a bit of a crappy one. Wait, let me get a good one. There we go. I've actually never done this. So crazy. Crazy, crazy. Just trying to get comfortable with the uncomfortable, you know? I've arrived in Montreux and in the most gorgeous hotel. I'll show you tomorrow because it's pitch black right now. But I'm here, let me do in the mirror. I'm here because it is Montreux Jazz Festival, and Montreux Jazz Festival is sponsored by SHURE, and SHURE, God, there is literally no light, and SHURE is celebrating 100-year anniversary, and so they've got a load of clients, a load of customers, a load of people over for the festival, but also for tours of the founder of Montreux's chateau and talks and all of this sort of thing. And they've invited me here to speak, and they've got 2 sets of groups, one on Tuesday and one on Thursday, on different trips. So I'm speaking on Tuesday and on Thursday about personal branding, and it's all about innovation and forward thinking, and they want me as a sort of curveball of a talk to talk about how legacy brands can incorporate personal branding. I'm here for the full week, but it like goes around the lake, and my hotel room has a view of it. I don't know who's performing right now, but like I can hear them. I'll take you and see if you can see outside. I've got a little goodie bag from SHURE here that I need to that I will definitely open and take a look at some goodies. Little Madeleine as well, which is so cute. But I actually need to go and get some actual food because it's 10 p.m. and I'm starving. But let me see if you can see outside because I've got a balcony. Oh my god. Can you hear how loud that is? Oh my god, it's literally like Disneyland. And then this is the lake. So the festival, I don't know if you can see, it's like all along here. This is all food stands and stuff. I'm going to go down now and get some food. And then all the stages are back there on the lake. It's like actually out of this world extraordinary. And then there's some beautiful other hotels along here. I'm going to find out who this is because it sounds insane. It's a real pinch me moment of how absolutely incredible this opportunity is, and how truly you never know where posting is going to take you. You truly never know. And we're going to this like chateau of the founder of the whole festival tomorrow, so I'm just going to be pinching myself the whole time and taking it all in. And I'm here for the week, so I'm going to dip in, dip out, seeing as it's right on my doorstep, and get my head down into some work as well. I've been so productive since getting to the airport, so I'm just coming because it's very loud. Thank God for the noise cancelling in here, that's incredible. So excited to be here. This is where I'm going to be this week, this is what I'm going to be taking you through. I hope you are just as excited as me, and I'm going to find out what act is on, and I'm going to go and buy some food because it's 10:15 and I am absolutely starving. I'm going to have a field day this trip. Everything is so beautifully branded. Kneel down on the floor because I'm so hungry to eat this thing. I've already eaten half the chips. I tried to get something healthy and nutritious. Obviously it's a festival and it's just like food stands, but they're all like branded. Like, look how cute this is. I'm gonna literally have a field day. Everything's like really like this is a smash burger, and it was called Pretty Patty. It was so cute. But yeah, I'm going to enjoy this burger, which is a really terrible thing to eat at 11:15 at night. But I literally can feel my stomach eating itself and I won't be able to sleep. So here's the glamorous reality. I'm eating a smash burger on the bedroom floor at nearly 11 p.m. by myself on a Monday night. So here's the balance. And tomorrow waking up with the views of the lake. Castle on a lake, on a hill, on a lake to speak. I can't get over how breathtakingly beautiful it is, and I can't believe that I am invited to speak here. It's completely insane. Yeah. I'm just taking it all in, and the air is so nice and cool. I haven't felt cool air in weeks. It's like mountain summer air. It's so cool and lovely. And I just think, how could you ever be unhappy if you woke up here every day? It's so beautiful. But yeah, I'm here with SHURE, celebrating their 100 years. They've got a load of clients and customers from all over Europe flown in for a day of activities. And one of those activities, whether they like it or not, is listening to me talking about personal branding. So that's why I'm here. And I'm doing the same talk today and then the same talk again on Thursday. Come up into the mountains, into this chateau for the morning activities. And then we go over to the founder of Montreux Jazz Festival's chalet for a tour and lunch and things like that. And I just can't believe this is real life. Sorry, as far as lunch locations go, this is pretty sensational. Outside, and then that's the lake behind the castle.
We're still preparing, it's just the hot food, and then we'll be starting.
So we've just had lunch and I've just come up here to get ready because I'm about to go and do my talk. I've had a thought about what this vlog can be about. I think I'm going to run you through what a great brand activation looks like, because there are so many brand activations at Montreux Jazz Festival I can take you around, and I want to run you through the timeless principles of brand activations and the ones that are winning right now with some live examples from Montreux, because Montreux is a Montreux Jazz Festival. It's rooted in history and legacy, but their willingness and ability to innovate year after year and bring relevant modern brands to the forefront to attract a younger audience is what is so fascinating about it. I mean, the fact that SHURE are working with Montreux and activating in this way with their clients and customers is so fascinating. Well, hopefully it is to you, because it is fascinating to me. So yeah, that's what this is going to be about, I think, which I love. I've got so much energy and focus. It's amazing how spending some time by yourself is able to do that. And it's so funny because I was a bit nervous to tell the people I'm already working with that I'm no longer working at Flight. I think so much of my identity is wrapped up there, especially people that have booked me or like knew me through Flight days. And everyone bar none who I've met client-wise has been so excited and so proud and just like buzzing. They want to hear more, they want to know more about it. And I'm like, there is so much more to me. I know there is, but this is the reality. There is so much more to me than Flight. Okay. They've got a full video reel for filming the talk, so I'll insert some clips of me speaking. It's a keynote TED Talk, better get my words out now, TED Talk style talk, and then into like a fireside Q&A. So I'm going to get some water, I'm going to go and sound check now, because obviously their sound and microphones and everything are like the best. So we're going to go sound check and then go into my talk. I'm glad I've got some focus for this week. I'm now excited to go around the festival and show you all these brand activations. I've had Porsche have taken over a stage and put a Porsche on the lake. I know Nespresso are doing a cool activation, Julius Baer, like all these other people. So I'm going to talk about all these different types of brands and how they can activate in order to create earn media value, but also attention, retention, lifetime value customer, like lifetime, God, I'm glad I'm warming up now, lifetime value increase within their customer base. So yeah, that's what this week's going to be about, just within the setting of Montreux. High value. See you on the other side. You can hear me. I've just come to sit out on a balcony. I've just got back and the festival is blaring down there, which is amazing, but I haven't bought my mics, which was probably really stupid. But yeah, what a day. I've just been pinching myself literally all day. Did I get to call this work? I mean, I'm literally sitting over one of the most historic music festivals with a full view of Montreux and the lake, and I can't believe this is real life. And I'm so glad I got myself a pasta donata for breakfast and put it in the fridge, because that is what's going to carry me through. I delivered a talk today, like a 20-minute keynote followed by a half an hour fireside, all about personal branding and the role it plays in a company like SHURE or a big corporate company. And I have to say, the reception has been phenomenal. And for context, I would say 90% of the room are older men. And the reception I've received of people coming up to me all afternoon telling me they haven't stopped thinking about what I was talking about, or they're really excited to implement that, and actually do I do any follow-up workshops, has just blown me away, because you never know how these things are going to go down. I mean, as I said, I was a wild card, and the guy who ended the talks came on after me and said, "Well, I think I'm going to use as my new bio." He said, "Made me inspired and uncomfortable." And I mean, that is just the best way to describe it, when people are so willing to lean into change. I'm a younger person coming at it with a new angle, and I'm just so amazed at how it's been received, and it's really given me, like, opened my eyes to, I think, how much work there is to be done in this space, and it's got me very excited about the potential thing I'm producing with my business partner. Everything feels like it's aligning. I always say, like, I do these talks, and if the idea, if I impact one person to have a conversation or discuss or make change, then that's my job done, because the ripple effects will come. If you can impact one, like, focus on impacting one, and that's what I always do. But it's amazing to have so much positive feedback and so many people coming up and discussing and getting excited about the possibility of building brands within their walls of their companies they work at. So yeah, that's all for today. What a day. Let me show you where we're at. I mean, can you just, like, it's like something out of a movie. I feel like one thing to know about me is that I'm probably not going to unpack. This, I said I wasn't going to do this, but now we're halfway through the trip. There's only 1.5 days left. I'm going to take out my outfit that I'm wearing tomorrow, hang that up, and then I'm just going to repack. But yeah, it is Wednesday. I have spent literally the whole morning, / it's now 3 p.m, just on the balcony doing work, head down in my laptop, which has been amazing. I also, can you tell I haven't spoken today to anyone because my voice is so croaky? But oh god, I look like I'm going undercover. Just tired eyes. But I am about to head down into the festival because it's all started kicking off now, and I haven't moved my body today. I was gonna go for a run, but hasn't happened. 2 lemon martinis last night has sent me over the edge. So I am gonna head down into the festival. I'm gonna capture loads of content, and then I'll probably do a little bit of, like, mooching around the brand activations, and then I'll probably come back here to talk through them. So it's gonna be a 101 on brand activations, and there are some pretty cool bougie ones. So I'm going to walk down the length of the whole festival, which I haven't done yet. I'm going to get some food, so I will take you along with me. And also got my pass. Let's go. which means I no longer have any Wi-Fi out here, but I've been head down, working out here on the terrace for a couple of hours now. Really getting into the details of how all my content is going to layer up and strategize into like one big, hello little bird, strategize and like ladder up into one bigger thing, and like the short-term plan, the long-term plan, and how it all fits together. So I think I'm going from like having existing channels where people know me for certain things into an evolution of that direction, and I need to take people on that journey in a smart and clever way. I'm also starting to realise like there's just no way I could do all of this alone, so I'm definitely going to start having conversations with some people to see how we can work together. If you're watching this and you think you can add value and you want to work together, please let me know. But yeah, I'm just actually setting up my YouTube channel right now to get this all uploaded for Friday. And it's so funny because I know too much. That's the issue. Like I know too many best practices that I haven't included in this vlog, and so I'm holding off and I'm being a perfectionist. Well, it's nowhere near perfect, but holding off and being like I can make it better. But the reality is this is week 1 of 52, and I can implement all of those learnings and changes and iterations every single week going forward. So I'm going to practice what I preach. Yeah, it's 51% as Barack Obama says, and hit post. Because you could keep tweaking forever, that's what I'm learning. You could keep iterating, and that will cause the death of any potential growth, because getting started is the hardest thing, but if you don't do it, the risk is far greater than waiting. Does that make sense? This is Wednesday. I must have done 10 hours at my laptop today. I think I've done 2 full charges, so yeah. She's building, baby. Sometimes it can be so lonely on these trips. I will say like the team that I've come with are amazing, and I think they've all messaged me like multiple times today to be like, we're going to this, like do you want to come, because it's like everyone's day off, so it feels like I'm not alone. But sometimes it can feel really lonely. But I think when you're building, you don't really have time to think about anything else. I mean, I'm doing stuff in the background, but yeah, I don't really have a chance to be lonely. Does that make sense? I think I'm just so grateful. That like overwhelming feeling of gratitude just sort of cancels a lot of other things out. I will say I'm in a particularly good headspace this week though. I think there are definitely weeks where you're like, what the hell am I doing? I think that was a little bit of last week, but yeah, it's probably all to do with the cycle being a female as well. Okay, I'm going to head up, and next chat will be brand activations. I will go up. I did go down, I went round quite early in the day when like parents and kids are going round. Like no one really arrives here until like 10 p.m. and I went round at like 4 p.m. So everything was a bit quiet, some things were actually closed, but it would be too busy later to try and film anything. Just so you know how much of a hypocrite I am, I have, since last speaking, come up and done nothing of what I said I was going to do, and found myself in a vlog hole for the last 3 hours. I think just having so much focus and attention time, I'm able to just keep watching. I have to keep watching this vlog, and every time I'm like, there's more layers I want to add, there's more layers I want to add. I mean, this is what editors must face all the time. And the hilarious part is editors are going to watch what I produced and be like, how long did you spend on that? Setting up the YouTube and the YouTube description and being like, who is this actually for? To the point where I think it's now like 9:30. I had a really late lunch, so I wasn't hungry, but I just went downstairs. The branding in this hotel as well, like all of the different touch points. If you ever come to Montreux, this is the cutest hotel. It's like, feels like a very historic old hotel, but they've like added like a modern branding touch. And everything's in these like super pastel branded, like cute, this is the key card holder. Just like all the little details. There's loads of stuff in this room. I'll try and show some bits tomorrow. It's a mug. Sorry. I actually think these are so cute. If they weren't branded, maybe I'd buy them. Maybe I'll buy them anyway. Tomorrow I'm back with the client, delivering the same talk again. They've invited another set of customers, but I'm not doing the full day. I'm just going to do the talk. So I've actually got the morning and the afternoon to do some work, and then I do want to go down and, while I'm here, this historic music festival. go down tomorrow night because Ezra Collective are performing. And you know, I may be holding out for a little Loyal or Olivia Dean surprise guest act. I don't think that's how it works here. Also, gonna go for a run tomorrow morning and go for a swim in the lake. Okay, Grace? Tomorrow morning, that's what you're doing. The next clip better be me on a sweaty run around the lake, or else. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Good morning. Happy Thursday. I did go for a run this morning. Did you see? And it was such a beautiful run. It was all along the lake. Yeah, it was beautiful. I can't lie to you. Head's been overthinking a lot this morning. Not in like a really deep way, like an anxiety way, just in a, it's just taken me an hour to post an Instagram story because I could not figure out what text to put on the screen. And I know that sounds insane, but anyone who works in content, I don't know, maybe will understand, just like the content paralysis of, I think I'm trying to just figure out the bigger picture of me right now, and feel like every single little decision matters so much. And the reality is me not posting anything makes less sense, as long as it's not detrimental. I think I just need some support. I think that's what I'm realising. I think what weighs on me is how huge these opportunities are. Like, I don't take it for granted how massive this opportunity is to be here, and I feel like I'm not doing it justice with the way I'm communicating it and telling the story, and I'm overthinking everything. If I just had someone whose whole job was to think about that, everything would level up. So I'm really at that moment now where I've got to find that person. I'm having some conversations that I need that person who can come on this journey with me and just like be by my side and be like, this is how we translate everything you're doing into a story that then enables me to go bigger and better. Because I'm thinking like, oh my god, I could have written and do an Instagram story and a LinkedIn post, but I was also trying to strategize like my big game plan for the next 6 months, and it's very hard to do both. But people do. I see so many people who do, so I'm gonna maybe spend some more time with them and understand what theirs looks like, and also just like give myself some grace, for goodness sake. Yeah, I think you can see the reflection in there, but look how, such a beautiful day. It's like absolutely stunning. I'm so glad I'm capturing it at least on the vlog, then I feel like I'm doing something. But I am ready. I'll do a little fit check because I'm in a very cute skirt, very like different to something I'd wear, but I'm so glad Flick put me in it. I'm excited for the talk, and I feel like I'm doing a good job there. I've had amazing feedback from this talk and getting booked for so many things, and it literally looks like a green screen. I just feel like I'm not doing the opportunities justice, which is a really frustrating thing to feel. And I have a few people who keep saying, do you feel like you're sitting on this massive opportunity? Like, do you feel that right now? And I'm like, yes, I feel it, and it weighs on me. So I just want to keep it real. Like, I know I've said this is messy, but like, I'm just a girl. When I've been in a world where we've created such high level content for such a long time, going back to the basics feels really hard, but I've got to trust the process and do the journey and post the thing and just keep going one day at a time, one day at a time. Let's see if this works. It's so cute. Okay, let's go to the chateau.
Exactly the same microphone as Tuesday. Yes.
Mic'd up and ready to go. Can we just appreciate this view? I can't remember if I shared it the other day, but it's sunny today. I mean, it's just extraordinary. If anyone ever wants to get married in a chateau overlooking a lake, this is where you have lunch. Pretty magical. editing this week's vlog and I realised I never spoke about the brand activations, and that is the whole point of this episode. So we're going to dive into what makes a great brand activation now, while I've got 10 minutes to get out of the house. Classic, nothing's changed. So I went round Montreux Jazz Festival a few weeks ago and they had activations from Nestle, Porsche, Bon Maman, beer ones, beverage ones. I saw some good things and some not so good things. So I thought it might be helpful if I run through, bearing in mind I don't have any marketing degree or qualification. So this isn't your textbook how to run a great brand activation. This is from a lived experience of running spontaneous brand activations. We run 100-person run clubs through Diary CEO and conversation cards with 24 hours notice, to some more organized activations with our different products. And I actually used to work in experiential marketing back in the day. That's a whole nother story. And so these are like my lived and learned things to make a great brand activation, because what I will say is that brand activations are expensive. Brand experiences, experiential is expensive. And not everybody needs to do it. Just because it's the trending thing right now to have in real life experiences does not mean it's right for every single brand. Just in the way every single social media channel isn't right for every single brand, you have to take a look at your marketing mix and understand the role experiential plays for you, if any. You need to know your goals, what you're trying to achieve, and whether there's a role for activation to play within that. I've seen it happen too many times where budget is wasted or like spent for the sake of spending. Here are the things you do need to be thinking about if you are going to run a brand activation. 1, your brand activation has to feel like an extension of your brand world. What do I mean by that? The feeling someone feels when they walk into your brand experience or brand activation should replicate the feeling they have using your product. So if you're a brand that evokes nostalgia, the event should feel like that. What I'm saying is whatever your product is, that feeling needs to be replicated from the minute you walk into the activation. And I think that's what so many brands get wrong. Ultimately, the goal with a brand activation is to cement the connection between the customer and the brand, or the customer and the product, is to create deeper connection, more retention, and a moment that's very, very memorable for the customer, so they go and spread by word of mouth or spread by social media. That's what you're trying to achieve with an activation most of the time. So once you've established that the activation has to look and feel like your brand from the moment someone walks in, please note that you don't have to follow a textbook or a playbook for how to do this. Creating a feeling doesn't have rules. So don't feel like you have to look and feel like everyone else who's doing an activation. In fact, you're better off not looking like everyone else, so yours becomes more memorable to the customer. The ones I visited at Montreux, Bon Maman did this the best. The minute you walked into their activation, every single touch point had been thought of that made the brand come to life for me. From the consistency across the brand, to the kiosk, to the cute little French touches, it really felt like I was stepping into their world and outside of the festival. Chef's kiss. The second thing I want you to think about is you need an absurd moment. And what I mean by this is Porsche did this really well. They had a giant orange Porsche floating on a lake. It's absurd. And why does that matter? Because your customers or your people experiencing the activation are going to take a picture and they're going to share it. You need one slightly ridiculous focal point that people can't ignore. Because ultimately, yes, it's amazing to create connection with your audience in person, but if you want to extend the power of the activation, you need people sharing it on social media. 1, it's great for the far increased brand awareness, but 2, the memory lives on for more than just the people who get to experience it in person. 3, the activation has to be tailored to the event you're at. You can't slap your brand world in the middle of someone else's brand world and expect that audience to make sense of it all. Again, Porsche did this really well because they had a wakeboarding simulation, a Porsche wakeboarding simulation on the lake in Montreux, which brought the two worlds together. They also had really lovely little features, including like the little postcards that I shared and little memorabilia, which felt like Montreux specific. Like Porsche thought about that activation specifically, and it makes you feel special and unique, and like Porsche showed up for you. It's all in the little touches, I'm telling you. The third thing I think about is your story. So how does this story translate through your brand, through social media? How are you capturing the event to make it make sense as part of all of your content? How does it fit into your broader scheme and your broader goals, which we kind of mentioned? But what's the story? What's the story you want people to experience when they walk through, when they leave, when they tell their friends? I think if you nail the story, the goals will come very naturally. And I guess the last thing I'd be thinking about for now, there's obviously loads more to think about and I can go into another time, is is borrow the right stage. You need to choose the right context that makes sense for your brand, where it amplifies the brand messaging rather than just being about footfall. Because ultimately you want to get in front of your audience for it to make sense, or at least an aspirational audience. So they're the main things I'd be thinking about. I'd be thinking about absurdity for shareability, creating a brand world, borrowing the right stage, and perfecting your story. Ultimately, above everything, it's about the experience. And if you nail those foundations, the experience for the consumer should be great. And don't follow a rule book. Don't do it like everyone else has done it. The whole point is to stand out and get people talking. I have to run out of the door, of course, but thank you so much for joining me for another week. I have loved editing this video and editing this episode. I think it feels like the most interesting and value-packed one so far, but you let me know what you think because you're the critics here. I'm loving all of your feedback in the comments, so please let me know what you think. If you haven't subscribed yet, and this sort of thing tickles your fancy, creator entrepreneurship, podcasting, media, creators, brand, storytelling, all of the things I'm obsessed with, then please do follow along. It means the absolute world. Thank you so much for being here. Like, it genuinely, I'm loving this YouTube journey so much. So yeah, I appreciate it more than you can imagine. Your messages, your DMs, I read every single one, honestly, and they make me very emotional sometimes. So yeah, I just want to say a huge thank you, and I will see you again next week, Friday 8 a.m. always, for another episode. Bye!